Today on Saturday, September 13th, 2025, we're going to be discussing the area and the Atlantic we need to watch this upcoming week. And this disturbance has a 50% chance to develop into a tropical cyclone within the next 7 days. So the main questions we'll be trying to answer in this video is, will the system develop into anything? And if so, will it impact anyone? So we're going to be looking at 3 different models, and the first model we're going to look at is the GFS weather model. So this is the morning run from today, and as you can see here, kind of in the bottom of your screen, you can see this low pressure getting developed as we get into Monday, then into Tuesday. And so this area of moisture is the tropical wave that will eventually make its way off the west coast of Africa that the National Hurricane Center has highlighted. So we get further into the week, get into Tuesday, Wednesday. Doesn't show a whole lot, but still has some moisture hanging around here all the way from here and even into the Lesser Antilles. Getting into Friday as well, Saturday. Still nothing really developing out of this, but still moisture's hanging around. Then we look down to the south where the wave once was. We have another wave that may make its way off the west coast of Africa later this upcoming week, and this may be another area we have to watch as well. But nonetheless, still looking up here at our main wave, it does not really get developed into anything and essentially goes on out to sea. This other wave, on the other hand, tries to get developed into something, but at this point we're 300 hours out. This is well into the forecast period, so we can't really take this too seriously at this time. So that's what the GFS shows. What does the European model show as well? So this is the 06Z run from very early this morning. We go into tomorrow on Sunday. You see our moisture down here at the bottom of your screen. Going into Monday, going into Tuesday, not a whole lot, but still moisture off the west coast of Africa and well east of the Lesser Antilles by Tuesday. And then we get into Wednesday as well. Not a whole lot is really going on with this area. And then it tries to get something developed. We'll look at the OOZ now because the 06Z only goes 144 hours out. We go to the OOZ, and then it tries to get something developed around or just north of the Lesser Antilles, and then it tries to make its way a little bit farther west, and once again still we're over 200 hours out. So still this is just well out into the forecast period, but we really can't take this too seriously. Only really take it with a grain of salt. And then it wants to show it curving on out to sea, kind of like the GFS, but just at a later time frame. Now finally we'll look at the European AI model, and what does it show? So this is the morning run from today. Still see our moisture down here west of the Cape Verde Islands as we get into Sunday, Monday. It has a little bit quicker as well. Gets into Tuesday, Wednesday. Still has a pretty weak low pressure, maybe a tropical depression by this point. We get into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Still have more moisture well to the east of this other area of interest as we get into this upcoming Saturday, next weekend. And then we go into Monday, September 22nd, Tuesday, September 23rd, and it doesn't get anything developed out of that either, and kind of curves it on out to sea. But still we have a decent bit of moisture to the south of that, potentially from more tropical waves making their way well west of the west coast of Africa as we get a week or so from now. So out of all those models, no model really shows anything too concerning at this time, but all we can really do is just continue to watch the models and see how they update over time. So finally, to close out the video, we'll look at the ensembles, and the ensembles allow us to kind of see the average area that this low pressure might travel, or even the general strength of a low pressure like this upcoming one, this disturbance. So what the EPS ensembles does and the GEFS ensembles is put together many different members into one model, and this allows us to once again show an area where we can kind of watch here. And so the EPS ensembles will show a kind of a low to moderate signal for that disturbance to develop into something, as you can see with the kind of yellows and oranges there. And each of these different numbers, these red numbers, indicate a low pressure. And once again, each one of these are a different member. This isn't saying there's going to be many low pressures here at once. It just combines them all into one model. So it does show a moderate signal for that first disturbance, and then we also have a little bit of a signal, pretty low end signal, for that potential tropical wave behind that as well. So I think it's still worth watching that one behind it as well, but we still need to watch this one, this main one, as we get well into this upcoming week, and even into this upcoming weekend as well. The OOZ shows a pretty similar scenario with a couple of members down here, but mostly the main focus would be out here with the main disturbance, our only disturbance really at this time. So what do the GEFS ensembles show? We look at the 12Z run. Yes, that's the latest run we have of the GEFS ensembles, and we go into Sunday. Monday finally gets a signal there for something to develop, and then as we get into Wednesday, Thursday, it's pretty similar to the European, but obviously, as you can see, the stronger members have it curving farther north, and the stronger a storm is, the faster it'll want to move to the north instead of drifting further westward. So it obviously shows the strongest members well out to sea, kind of as we get into this upcoming weekend. But the other members as well keep it pretty close to the just north of the Lesser Antilles and Greater Antilles as we get into the 22nd, 23rd time frame. So still, this is a huge spread of members right now. So once again, all we can really do right now is continue to wait and watch how these models play out. So that'll wrap up today's forecast. I appreciate all of y'all watching, and I hope y'all have a great weekend.